Okay, here we go. Let me do some audio checks. What's up, Gene? What's up, dude? Mic check, mic check. So I'll turn this up a little bit. Microphone check, volume testing, checking the test. So turn this on just a little bit. Okay, let's just get into it, shall we? 3:37 right now. I'll fade this out. Bring this window open. Here we go. And yeah, okay, cool. Go straight into it. Launch the game. Bring this up. Oops. Up, 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 up. Come on, come on. There we go. Nope. You're freaking out on me, game. You're freaking out on me, computer. Come on, computer. There we go. Okay. Okay, let me turn up the volume just a tad, just a little bit. No, actually, turn it down a little bit. Okay, here we go. Turn my own volume up a little bit so I can hear through my own headphones. Okay. Load? Yeah, let's do this. Okay, let me grab my agua, because I have a feeling I'm going to be needing a lot of it. Hear that? That's the ice in my water bottle. Okay. Okay, so, Katie's here. What's up, Katie? You're going to find out the next installment of Danganronpa. Find out what's going on. Ooh, sensitivity is really high. I can't remember. Recap. So, we found out Lard Donut died. We found out Jackass died. We found Dropout in the Optimus crime costume inside the pool. Time's running. I have to hurry to the repository. Okay. And they were saying Dropout was like, it's not me, it's not me. And then Tight Lips was like, nah, it's you. Pretty sure it's you. And they're like, no, I promise, it really isn't. So I can't remember what we have to do right now exactly, but apparently I have to go to the repository. I'm so excited to see the plot of this murder. I am too, Katie. I really am too. Oh, before I proceed, just as a heads up, I'm actually gonna pause it so you guys can actually hear me. Okay, so really quick, my uncle's birthday is tomorrow. I bought him something on Amazon. It's supposed to arrive sometime today. I'm not going to say what it is, but it is so big that I need to sign for it. I'm pretty sure, because I actually put those instructions down on Amazon because it's so expensive, it's so big and kind of expensive. I actually do have to sign for it, so I might have to, like, I have to sign it, or answer the door, sign for it, and then hide it in my room, and that in itself might take a while, so no one finds it, because it's supposed to be a surprise, and I know it's not really a surprise if I'm telling you guys exactly what's going on. So I might have to step away for a couple minutes if I hear the doorbell ring. All right, just to let you guys know. Okay. Anyway, ooh, that's loud. It would be funny if it was Tight Lips and he was just really bad at murdering. That would be funny. But Tight Lips is a girl. Yeah. Dropout. You meant Dropout. Oh, got it. Okay. Alright, that's... Oh, hello. Okay. Lard Donut and Jackass. For a moment, Tight Lips seemed to go rigid. I'm so... You know what makes me so happy? Like, it's hilarious, but it makes me happy at the same time. Is that you guys are actually using my nicknames that I came up with. It's like you guys, when I say Tight Lips, you guys know exactly who I'm talking about. Instead of, oh, that's Kyoko, or Lard Donut is Hifumi. Like, I thought that's kind of funny. Anyway. But only for a moment. Let's get started. She crouched down next to Jackass without hesitation and began poking and prodding the bodies. The Tom Brady file was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Her movements were so smooth. That's a weird description. Actually, hold on 1 second. I'm doing audio checks right now. I'm just gonna turn this up just a little bit. Okay. And she was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable. Okay, let me do one more last audio check, just in case. Okay, let's talk to Palm Pilot here. Okay, that should be fine. Okay. Doesn't Tight Lips get creeped out poking at dead bodies and stuff? There are many aspects to the incident this time, too many to be honest. Considering that, it may be good to look back on everything that has happened. Ooh, you go on a long spiel. Even though I do like you, I do like your character, you do talk for a long time, so.
I see.
Makoto, I found something. You did? You remember the wristwatch Jackass always wore on his left hand? No, I don't. Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much? No, that's not it. Anyway, you said he had a watch?
So then.
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? What is that? That's 602? It most likely broke when he had his encounter with his assailant. If you notice, the hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock. So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6. Right. But last night, Jackass's watch definitely wasn't broken. Hey you, how long are you gonna keep us waiting? Jackass's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. Oh. In his animation, he doesn't have a wristwatch, so that's not fair. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
In other words...
So if it worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. Meaning it must have happened at 6 a.m. this morning. Oh, good job, Sherlock. Okay.
However...
And that's not all. Look at Jackass's left hand. He appeared to be gripping something. You're right, there's something white in there.
Makoto.
Can you try and pry it out? Alright.
Because...
Rigor mortis already set in. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? Okay. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Jackass's cold hand. The ice cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. A piece of paper?
Hey.
Was that all that was in his hand? Was that all he had in his hand? Yeah, that's it. A little scrap of paper doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
Is that right?
I wonder about that. Tight Lips then turned to Lard Donut's body.
So then.
Let's check Lard Donut's body. Oh god, I still want Krispy Kreme. Lard Donut's body now. Perhaps he left us a few clues of his own. Ooh, excuse me. Did you find anything? I did, more than I expected, to be honest. Look at this. A wad of paper.
That's right.
Lard Donut had it... Oh. I thought it said Lard Donut had it hidden inside him or in him. I was like, why is there a piece of paper? Anyway. Hidden? He'd stuffed it in his pants. Cute heart. Tight Lips was looking into Lard Donut's pants? How could you? You're so naughty. In his pants? Wait, so
Why
you...
is that?
It was just his pants, not like his socks or something. I don't know what that
Hey.
means. Anyway, let's look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto, open it up. When I think of how it was stuffed on his pants, it's like it better be important, Lord Donut. Oh, I'll never forgive you for this. Oh, okay. A note? I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Tom Brady can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m. Huh. Hold on. That... Okay. I'm looking at the AM. I'm looking at the note itself. The AM, the A in the AM looks kind of funny. I don't know if that ties in with anything else later on. But the AM looks kind of funny. Because if you look at any other A, like I found a hole. If you compare that A to the A in AM, it's not the same. Again, I'm not a handwriting expert, but to me it looks different. Anyway.
So...
That sounds very familiar. That's it. It's the same thing Hito Dropout said. Then he was telling us the truth.
However...
Although it's not exactly the same, is it? Last night someone slipped a weird note under my door, and here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Tom Brady can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. The time is different. Dropout told us that his note said to meet at 1 a.m. But the note they wrote to Lard Donut asked him to meet at 6 a.m.
Is that right?
Hold on, just because Lard Donut had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. Huh?
So...
Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning there. There's some meaning to a part of it being ripped? Could you maybe explain a little bit more? Come on, man.
Hey.
Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea.
Then.
So what if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding on? When he was holding it? What if it was something more important? Now, how would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer. Okay.
Hey.
And while we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims this time definitely had their handbooks on them. So the handbooks had nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there was any reason to think they were connected to the killings in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
Is that right?
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention it. All I said was that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. They may come. Oh my gosh! Hold on, let me drink my water. My reading skills is not on point today. Okay. There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. A handbook may play a role? I don't think I understand. But if Tight Lips thinks it's important, I better keep it in mind. Okay. Is it nighttime? Or is it class trial time?
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin!
Okay, that was quick.
Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death.
Relax, dude. Too excited.
And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
His laughing is poo-hoo-hoo. Okay, anyway.
It would seem...
It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where investigation comes to an end. That's a short investigation. We didn't really investigate too much. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion. Yeah. Why do I have to do the work? Why isn't anybody else? Why am I doing all the work when I'm just contradicting everyone else? Like, that's not fun.
Shall we go?
Well, we better get going. Hanky. Okay, what are you guys saying in chat? I'm really bad at names, but I'm trying. I think I'm finally getting there. I know to this day, I'm still trying to get names straightened out. It's the time. Something white in there. She has a fet footage. Who has a fet footage? Tight Lips? You're saying tight lips as a fed fetish? That wasn't a lot of time for the trial. Poggers. Maybe he is going to do 2 trials for both people. Nope, they're just lumped together. Okay, here we go. I don't even know why there's... Maybe I should have saved, but that's okay. Everyone had heard Tom Brady's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. And as soon as hold on. Sorry. I'm just gonna turn this down just a tad, because there's a little bit of feedback on my end with the microphone. And as soon as we were all there, oh hello.
Monokuma appears!
What in the hell? He's multiplied? Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast that it only looks like I multiplied. Not true. I would disagree. Can you guys tell which one is the real Tom Brady?
Whew.
Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy,
You're not playing along. Okay.
stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Hey!
Then if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train or elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please.
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet. You'll never be mentally prepared. You know what? Ever since I noticed the white dots on her boobs, I can't not look at them. I'm just thinking in my head, her boobs are shiny and gleaming. They're moist boobs. Can't not think about. Like, whenever I see you, Palm Pilot, I can't not think about your wet boobs. I'll be honest. Anyway, you'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore. Drop out. You're gonna pay for your sins. Ooh, interesting.
What the heck?
I told you already. I didn't do it for serious. That reminds me. Did you ever find the other costume or the note? What note? Oh, the other note. Okay. How unfortunate that it would seem we have our culprit.
Hey.
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the court.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. Shia LaBeouf in the house. Do it. Just do it. Okay. I can't let whoever killed Lardona and Jackass get away with it. I'm gonna go on a hunch. I'm gonna say Dropout didn't do it. I'm gonna say Tight Lips didn't do it. I don't think it was Wednesday. I don't think this was a god. I'm thinking either Curly Fries? Either Curly Fries or Palm Pilot. That's my guess. If I had to choose one who I really think did it, huh, interesting. I gotta think now. Because it's weird. It doesn't actually say, because when it says Leon, it says in the bottom left corner of his profile picture, it says dead. For Hifumi and Jackass, it doesn't say dead. I don't know if that's like a game glitch thing. If I were to guess, I think Palm Pilot did. I think Palm Pilot did it, if I were to guess. Anyway, moving on. I'm putting it down. Final answer. Boop. Locking it in. Okay. For everyone who's still alive. Actually, you know what? It was... Hold on. So rewind. Sorry about that. So I'm thinking there was 2 people. I think the person who thought of it, the mastermind, quote unquote, was Curly Fries. I think Curly Fries is the mastermind, and Palm Pilot was one of the people who actually... I don't know what I'm thinking. But it's those 2. That's my guess. I don't know what I'm thinking. Anyway, and for the 2 that lost their lives. Okay, here we go. The one who killed Lardona and Jackass. The one who killed 2 of our friends. The killer is... someone right here. If it was just one killer, if I had to guess, it would probably be Palm Pilot. That's my guess. It's either Palm Pilot or Curly Fries, but I think it's Palm Pilot. and then that will make Sagat go into a crazed mood, be like, no, it's not her. But I don't know, we'll see.
Damn.
I don't like Tom Brady's carefree attitude. I don't like your attitude.
Just the worst.
Let's hurry up and go so we can make Hero drop out pay for his crime. Yeah, I think it's her. That's my guess. Were you listening? Wait till we get to the courtroom to begin your argument. It would appear the culprit has been confirmed. The trial will be over in no time. It's definitely these two. One of these two. If I had to guess, it would be Curly Fries. No, I said Palm Pilot. I'm sticking with Palm Pilot.
Hey.
The story begins when we get down there. Okay. Let's talk to Wednesday over here.
Yes.
Come on, Big Mac, let's do it. Big Mac. It wasn't me, you gotta believe me. Okay. What are you guys saying in chat? Foot fetish? Someone talking about foot fetish? What's going on here? I think it was Lizard Tail killed Lardona, and I think Tongue Lady killed Lizard Tail. Or Curly Fries killed Lizard Tail. Lizard Tail killed Sweat Drops. Yeah, we're all over the place. I'm pretty confident that Lizard Tail killed Lardona, and then Lizard Tail got murdered afterwards. Wait, where is Tongue Lady? Oh yeah, look, Tongue Lady's right there. She's behind, yeah. She's behind Dropout. Hang on, behind Dropout. Oop, I didn't mean to talk to her. Did not mean to talk to her. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk towards the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. Wow, down to 8. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator's doors slid open, opening up into a cruel face. When I see all of you gathered here, gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax. Ooh, it's so dirty.
Just the worst.
Only because of you. Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
What? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Don't rush me. Of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed classic trial after this commercial break. I'll never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened up once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, Okay, I get it. Sure, I'll save. Why not? Okay, that prep. Okay, truth bullets. So we got them. They both died to a blow to the head. Similar weapon, blue tarp. It was found under Jackass's body. Okay, the repository dolly. No handles. Blood was found on one of his wheels. It assumed that this is the same dolly that was in the equipment room where Jackass's body was originally discovered. This is where this is tripping me up. His glasses. When they were first found in the nurse's office, Lardonet's glasses were covered in blood. However, when they were seen in a repository, they were completely clean. That one is the thing that tripped me up the most. Everything else makes sense. Hammers of all shapes. Unless did he fake his death, and then he was actually killed? I don't know. Whatever. That's why he had to clean his glasses in between. But that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, that's the one that's tripping me up the most. Hammers of all shapes and sizes were found in a repository. One of them were found wet and apparently been recently washed. This is the repository door. Something about the locks. According to Palm Pilot, it was locked during the search for the missing body. However, when the body was rediscovered, it somehow been unlocked. Okay, that, and then this is the cleaning cloth. Fumi's body disappeared when Curly Fries and Palm Pilot left to use the bathroom. Apparently they were gone for a minute or two. Meet me in the dining hall. This is the note that Dropout wrote to everyone. Okay. These are the blueprints for Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime. Only fitted dropout. I found a hole. Maybe let's meet at the record at 1 a.m. Wristwatch at 6. Scrap of paper. Lardonet's note, and then each student has their own e-handbook, which also acts as a key card. The owner's name is displayed each time the handbook is booted up. It is believed that no handbooks were involved in carrying out the coverage at this time. I don't understand these skills. I've had this since the first trial, and I haven't had any other skills since then, so whatever. Anyway.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
Okay.
Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Was that?
What was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
He sounds like a dropout. He sounds like one of those like smoker guys who gets high all the time. I was totally asleep the whole time.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Wow, with the scissors and the tongue.
Who are you calling a murderer?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence.
Do you?
Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it.
Again, all circumstantial evidence. It's not hard evidence.
And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling.
No, I
It
disagree.
points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I
disagree.
don't know!
Is Dropout really the killer, or before anything else, we have to make that clear. Okay. Getting right into it, huh? Okay, Dropout's message.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true! It's a conspiracy!
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
Looking at the blueprints, the handwriting is awful messy. Looking at the blueprints? If I remember right, Dropout's handwriting is...
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are...
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them. Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Is this really gonna come down to handwriting? Is this... sorry, I'm doing audio checks. Let me turn down the volume just a tad. Here we go.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway!
Is this really gonna come down to handwriting? Like, really?
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
My name is Makoto. Please say it correctly. Freaking big boobs.
And he is not the only one. I think Hiro is innocent as well.
I think Hero's innocent as well, too. I think Dropout's innocent.
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit?
His name is Optimus Crime? Hello?
Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Makoto! Say it correctly. And of course he passes it off to me.
So, who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The suspicious individual in question, the one that must have been in the suit. The Illuminati. Was it really Palm Pilot? I really like her. I don't want her to die. Why me? That costume was super big on me. No way could I ever walk around in that thing. You saw me try it on for yourself, Makoto. Looks like it just so... Wait a minute. Well, it's not the Illuminati.
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What?
Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
How's the volume for you guys, by the way? Let me know if it's too soft, too loud. Because I want to make sure that my microphone volume is the same as their speaking volume. That's why I'm kind of playing around with it. And this is pretty important, so I want to make sure volume is okay on your guys' end.
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So
Hey, stop trying to boss us around!
Oops, sorry. I clicked that a little too quickly.
all things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body.
Taka's lifeless body? Jackass's lifeless body? Sorry.
It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Why do you keep handing it off to me? That's like me saying, hey, can you figure out this math problem? Why don't you do it, Jeffrey? Like, if I know the answer, whatever. Things that were used to move Jackass's body, they must have been... Where is it? Where is it? Where's the dolly? Did I miss it? Where the hell is it? There it is.
I got it!
There's still one more thing. The things that were used to move Taka's body, that was the blue tarp.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
Shh. What's with that?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body.
So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body.
That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body, am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Whoa. Excuse you.
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body?
The equipment room? Oh.
That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room.
I gotta make sure I get my locations correctly. Okay. So the repository's in the art room. The equipment room is still on the 3rd floor, but in the physics room, the physics lab, and then the nurse's office is on the 1st floor where we first found Lord Donut. Okay, okay.
It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room.
The equipment room is in the physics lab. Okay.
Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
Archie Forever, what's up, dude? Thank you for the follow, my dude. Thank you, sir. I didn't read what Curly Fry said. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, the repository inside the art room, and you simply didn't realize
He's
it?
raised an objection. How do you respond?
Here's your daily shipment of bits to continue your free trial. Please sign here to keep streaming.
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
Thank you, Ethan. As usual, I don't know where you get these bits, man. But holy crap, you're awesome. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Much, much appreciated.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
She definitely did it. Curly Friends definitely did it. Wow, I've never heard anyone sound so nice while being so mean. But maybe I can change her mind. If I could just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. Equipment room in the physics lab to the repository in the art room. Okay. If I could just explain to them why it must have been moved. Okay. New element has been added to another bullet? Oh my god. Another addition? Yeah, Ethan, you're awesome. Oh, and Archie Forever is in the chat. What's up, Archie? What's up, man? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're enjoying me trying to figure this out. Oh. Ah, crap. I didn't mean to do that. I actually did want to hear... Ah, crap. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I don't know how to do this.
I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch.
I don't know how to play this part.
I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere.
Help. During a bullet time, you will need to damage your influence gauge whenever your opponent's statements explode. If this gauge reaches 0, you will fail the case. Tempo marker. I didn't go through the tutorial. Oh my god, there's so many. Holy crap. Okay, hold on. I didn't mean to skip that tutorial. Shit. If you're able to keep up with the rhythm, you can eventually perform a combo, get your combo past a certain level, and the rhythm will change, resulting in a tempo up. On the flip side, if you keep on missing, that will result in tempo down. As you continue to match the rhythm, you will have the chance to lock on the enemy statement. Okay. So right and then left and deal damage. You can also lock onto multiple statements to destroy them at once. If you can pull that out, if you do more damage, then if you destroy them one at a time as you attack. Okay. Reload. Oh, tab key. Okay, fever time. Okay. Nega time. Okay, final strike. Okay.
Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You had it wrong. I cannot agree.
Oh my god, what is going on?
So lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. You miserable
What is going on?
wretch.
What is going on? I don't know what I'm doing. I gotta reload.
I cannot agree. You are a fool.
Oh, okay.
I cannot agree. This should prove it.
Oh my god. Oh man. Holy crap. I don't know how to play that game.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here.
Oh my god, this would be such a perfect time for him just to point at his crotch. If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I got it right here, and points to his dick. I got it right here for you, curly fries. Bam! I got it right here for you. And just grabs his crotch, and then he smells his hand afterwards. It smells like I got here. Whatever. Anyway, moving on.
When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's trail. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room.
That was the other thing that really threw me off. I'll explain it if it ever brings up the
And as
picture
the blood
again.
dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jeez, does curly fries really hate me that
Well,
much?
anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's...
Yeah,
Oops.
the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then...
His name is not Robo Justice. It's Optimus Crime. Get it right. Get it right, Palm Pilot. And look at Palm Pilot's boobs. They're even more wet. Look at him. The white dots, they're even more wet and more moist. Like, why is your boob so moist? I don't get it.
What kind of robot is it?
Optimus Crime. Duh, I just told you.
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
Okay. If I look at how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? Oh, my goodness. Make your argument. Okay.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Yeah.
Then you could push the dolly no problem.
She knows all about bending over, don't you, you little whore?
So the killer just crouched down and carted the body off to the repository.
If you accept everything we just said, then you must realize that whoever was in the suit couldn't possibly be the culprit.
Sorry,
I don't think I realize anything.
Okay, I got
As
it.
we know, and from there,
Yeah, the culprit then loaded it onto the dolly.
keep in mind that the
Well, yeah, all you'd have to do is bend over.
No, it's wrong. You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
Palm Pilot knows all about positioning, don't ya? You little slut. I apologize. I take that term back. I take it back.
What do you mean?
You know all about bending down, bending over.
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here and can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. It seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
it seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
I feel like I could. I could push a dolly. Even if I can't see my feet, I know where my feet are. It's like one of those things like, you ever try to eat put a blindfold on and you try to eat a hot dog? Like, yeah, you can't like gracefully eat a hot dog, but you can feel where your hand is even though you can't see it. So yeah, I feel like you could kick a doll even though you can't see it. For you, I don't know. That's just me though.
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
Not totally impossible.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
That's true. That would suck.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance that the costume was taken off just to move the body because
I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember,
I forgot about that little latch. I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help. Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make this stupid frickin' thing. There's a clasp in the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
It looks like, I just realized, it looks like she has an ice cream cone, like an ice cream little swirl on her head. Her hair. Like that little point. When you go to like McDonald's or something. And then there's a little curl at the top when the ice cream is pinched off. That's what her hair looks like. Hey, Giraffe, what up, dude? It's been a while. How you doing?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
Of course I was.
if he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
What were you saying, Katie? In my theater class every year, we start with trust expertise, where you get a random person to guide you blindfolded, and it's really fun. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice?
I like how she actually pronounces the names correctly. Hifumi, like with the Japanese accent. That's awesome. The Japanese pronunciation. I was thinking about this picture. I don't know if there's something wrong with it, but anyway.
If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Optimus Crime. That's what I decided to call him just now. I was thinking about that too, that statement.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero, without a doubt. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
I'm still looking at those white dots on those boobs, man. I can't not look at them. I'm gonna keep looking at them white dots.
Hold on a second.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility?
Every single possibility? I mean, when you're talking about quantum physics, everything is a possibility. There's infinite amounts of possibility. So you should watch your mouth there, Miss Tight Lips. You gotta watch what you say. Anyway.
Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
Yeah, why hasn't she said anything about where she's been?
All right then,
Let's take another look back at what happened.
Oh man, I feel like it's gonna take a while. Flashback time, here we go.
I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself.
Okay. So we got Makoto, we got Palm Pilot, Tight Lips, and Sagat in the dining hall at 7 a.m. or no, at 8 a.m. Okay.
We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up. So that was around 8 a.m.
That was 8 a.m. Thank you, Sagat. Appreciate the confirmation.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Tight Lips went missing. She went to the 2nd floor, I believe.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
Okay. What's her name? Palm Pilot found Curly Fries in the rec room on the 3rd floor and came to get Makoto and Sagat.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice.
Optimus Crime! Get it right! That name is so much better than Robo-Justice.
It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi.
Which is just an astounding feat in itself, considering that Lard Donut weighs 342 pounds. He's a big boy. That is not something easy to do.
We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library.
We were soon joined in our search by Elon Musk and Wednesday, and then went on to find Lard Donut in the library. Okay.
He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the 2nd floor.
Decided to split up and search the 2nd floor.
And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Again, I'm looking at her boobs. I can't not look at her boobs. They're gleaming. Gleaming boobs. I should make a screen name. My new Twitter handle is now Gleaming Boobs. Anyway, Curly Fries, what's wrong? That was rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and then,
That's a pretty good interpretation of that reading right there, if I do say so myself. Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. That must have been Lard Donut. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
at that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups.
So it was Curly Fries, Makoto, and Palm Pilot went down to see Hifumi, Lard Donut in the nurse's floor on the 1st floor, and it was Sagat, Wednesday, and Elon Musk Jr. to go chase the guy on the 3rd floor, I think. Right?
Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office.
Right.
While Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect.
On the 3rd floor.
When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room.
Right, okay.
We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
That's so weird. Okay, so Makoto, Makoto, Curly Fries, and Palm Pilot went to the first floor, saw Lard Donut's body. Makoto went up to the third floor to tell them, and then right after that, then they went to the bathroom. Curly Fries and Palm Pilot went to the bathroom, came back, saw Lard Donut wasn't there anymore. Then Curly Fries went up to the third floor to be like, hey, we lost Lard Donut's body? I guess. Lard Donut's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
Was it Curly Fries who discovered the body? I thought it was Palm Pilot and Sagat who found the dead bodies.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated.
Not really.
It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them.
Okay, Phoenix Wright. Talking about contradictions.
Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradictions hidden in what happened to Jackass. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them no matter what. Alright, here we go. Okay.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
I don't know about obvious.
So, I wonder if or perhaps it... We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of...
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3,
No,
while Tako's death came from a
I
swing
messed up.
See?
I apologize.
So it's obvious Taka came...
So,
I wonder if or perhaps it... We already know what order they were killed in.
Was it this
Taka
one?
came
Oh,
last.
okay.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Oops. What?
It's true that Hifumi was killed while Taka's death.
So it's obvious Taka came...
I made myself snort because I'm missing everything right now.
I wonder if or
Oh, I
perhaps
suck.
we already know what order they were killed
Is it
in.
this one? No. Okay. I didn't think so. Yeah. Okay. I get it.
So, I wonder if or perhaps it was... We already know what Taka came...
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Oh, really?
Shoot!
Uh-oh. Alright. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. Let's try that one more time. Yeah.
I refuse to give up yet.
I suck. I'm sorry, guys. I actually don't know this one. Because there's only one bullet, and there's only 2 places to make an argument.
so, regarding Taka's...
I wonder if or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice...
No, it's wrong.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
See the proof that they were killed not in order? Evidence that proves Jackass was killed before Lardona. There's something that relates to what time he must have died. That's easy. Oh god. Oh my god, what? Oh, okay. Give me an A.
Now I understand. I've got it. Taka's wristwatch.
Yeah, by the way, this is all just figured. I'm trying to figure it out by myself. I don't have a guide. I don't have a walkthrough. I'm just figuring it out by myself. So if I do take a little while in figuring it out, I apologize. But yeah, I'm trying my best.
See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because
Oops. I didn't mean to click it right there. Hey, you! How long are you gonna keep us waiting? Jackass's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. He doesn't have a wristwatch! Look at his left hand! Well, I mean, he could. I guess it's covered by his uniform, but whatever. This drawing kind of looks like, imagine Trunks from Dragon Ball Z if he went Super Saiyan and he had shorter hair instead of, like, you know, the longer hair part in the middle. Imagine if Trunks had shorter hair. This drawing of him kind of reminds me of Trunks if he were to go Super Saiyan, or even Super Saiyan 2. But yeah, anyway.
so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
Not technically.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
See, I mean, I understand their reasoning that the wristwatch stopped at the same time as his murder, but I wouldn't necessarily equate those together. It stopped it was broken at 6 o'clock, therefore he was killed at 6 o'clock. Anyway.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window.
Really?
Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Yeah. Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. That must have been Lardona. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko.
Drop out and tight lips, actually.
Then we all ran down to the nurse's office. And that's where we found his body. That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
You sound like a dropout. You have the knowledge of a dropout.
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Again, can't not look at her boobs. The freaking white, gleaming, moist boobs.
Anyway, we We all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream.
Oh, you know all about rock solidness, don't you, Miss Workout Lady, every single morning at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever. Rock hard.
Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
Oh wait, we have a bunch of minors in the audience, right? Never mind, I was gonna make a joke, but not anymore.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body.
342 pounds, my dude, 155 kilograms. That is no joke. He's a big boy.
Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
Tight lips, actually.
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how.
It's probably the first smart thing that's been said this entire trial.
In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
We could have not been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then the killer was able to get in and move Lard Donut's body in that short amount of time. Not only that, move it from the nurse's office on the first floor to the repository in the third floor. 342-pound mofo on top of that. Whoa! Giraffe, how many bits until you stream Club Penguin? Thank you, sir, for the bits. I have no idea what Club Penguin is. Actually, no, I do know what Club Penguin is. Is that even streamable? But thank you for the bits, my dude. What? I thought Club Penguin got discontinued. Oh, it is? Oh, well then that answers that question. It's Giraffe. Sorry, man. But thank you for the bits, my dude. You didn't have to. Thank you very much. Damn, you guys are awesome. Thank you very much for that. It would seem so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
That's what I'm saying. 342 pounds.
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
Oh, now you tell us, you freaking loser. No, anything that you might have thought was impossible, it's done with magic. I'm Chris Angel, mind freak. You know, like, come on, man.
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Huh?
The dead body moved on its own?
No! Not another...
Ghost?
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
Dun dun dun.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Not necessarily.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
I agree. I agree with that one, Elon Musk.
Is it possible?
The idea that Lard Donut was still alive, is it really possible? Oh gosh, here we go. Make your argument. Broken wristwatch? Really? That's my truth
Are
bullet?
you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible.
Not impossible.
Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
How do you know that?
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
That's true.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I'm sure the body discovery announcement was only made once. But Lardona and Jackass's bodies were discovered at almost exactly the same time.
Are you saying that when we first found him, there's a chance he was actually...
No. If Hifumi was dead, and you know that surely you heard the body discover Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Is it this one? No, it's not that one. Shucks. Yeah.
Are you saying that when we first found there's a chance he was actually still alive?
Broken
No.
wristwatch.
It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Damn it. Remember, I'm not following a guide. I'm trying to figure this out by myself.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi and then
So-
there's a chance he was actually...
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead. And you know that surely you heard the body discovery announcement along Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Damn it. Okay, let me think about this. Let me think
Saying
about
that
this.
when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
What? Uh-oh. Oh no.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. See, I don't think it's a broken wristwatch. Shucks.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Damn it. I'm trying to figure this out.
Shoot!
I don't want to read a guide, and I don't want to ruin it, even though I'm dead. But whatever, it's fine. Oops. Yeah. So. Yeah. I get it.
I refuse to give up.
What if he said no? Does the game just end? I wanna say no one of these times and see what happens. Broken wristwatch. The broken wristwatch doesn't make any
Saying
sense.
that when we first found Hifumi and then there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovery of Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
What is this? Do I have to absorb it? Do I have to absorb a statement? Do I have to use a different truth bullet?
There's a chance he was actually still alive.
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead,
And you know that how?
surely you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I'm sure the body discovery announcement was only made once. They were discovered at almost exactly the same time.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. Hifumi was dead,
And you know that how?
surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Oh man, I don't know this one. I don't know this one. I don't know what I'm supposed to do in this one.
Shoot!
Are you saying that when we first
Okay, hold
found
on, hold on.
Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was
was-
actually still alive?
Broken wristwatch.
It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was
This?
dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body that Hifumi's dead, and that is
Are we
I don't know if this
really-
doesn't make
maybe
any
the
sense.
announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Damn it. Man, I don't know what to do. I'm stumped on this one, guys. I'm assuming some of you, if not most of you, know what to do.
There's a chance
Can you
he
guys
was
give me a hint?
actually still
Because I'm actually kind of stumped on this one.
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt. And you know that how? Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know this one.
Shoot!
Are you saying that when we first
Yeah,
found Hifumi
Drop
in the
me,
nurse's office,
drop me a hint.
there's a chance
Don't
he
tell
was
me
actually-
exactly
It is
what needs to be
impossible.
done.
Hifumi was dead, without a doubt. And you know that how? Surely you heard the body discovery
Am I close?
announcement
Am I
of
thinking?
Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Here's what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking is the announcement. Two different announcements were made. One for Jackass's body, Taka's body, that was made by Dropout, and no, that wouldn't make any sense. You have to absorb one of the last two arguments. Okay.
And
The
that
last
is
two
why the
arguments.
announcement was made.
Are we really so sure? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you
Someone
saying
else's
that when we
discovery.
first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually...
Oops.
It is impossible.
Oops. Damn it. Oh, I messed up.
Hifumi was dead, without a doubt. And you know that surely you heard the body that Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was
Damn it.
made.
Are we
Alright, let me
really
just-
so
let me just
sure
go
about-
through this
Maybe
real
the
quick.
announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Whatever.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
Let me just reset this. I haven't played in a long while, so I probably don't remember. Yeah, that's fine, Archie. No, I appreciate it. Oh, Giraffe's gone. See ya. Here's my hint. Impossible. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. When she said no, that's impossible. That struck me. I was like, well, it can't be impossible. Okay. Here we go.
I refuse to give up yet.
You have to absorb one of the last two arguments. Okay. Okay, here we go. One more try. Hopefully it's the last try.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi, there's a chance he was at?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead. And you know that shortly you heard the body discover Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
And someone else's discovery or a dead body was found.
Shoot!
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is Hifumi was dead, and you know that shortly you heard the body that Hifumi's dead body had been found.
I think
And
it's
that
this one.
is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Someone else's discovery?
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
Think of the times the bodies were found. When were they found? Well, when were they found and when were the announcements made? Okay. Okay, let me think.
Are you saying that when we first found there's a chance he was actually still alive?
Oops, damn it.
It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Shortly you heard the body discovery announcement, along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Ah, damn it. Someone else's discovery. Okay. Okay. You guys are awesome, by the way. For one thing, putting up with my sucky logic that I have to figure this out, but also giving me hints without giving it away. I really appreciate that. Just want to let you know. Thank you so much. Okay. Oops, wrong button.
Hifumi was dead, and you know that shortly you heard the body that Hifumi's dead body had been found, and that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Someone else's discovery. Oops, damn it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Hifumi in the nurse's office.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Hifumi was dead, and you know that shortly you heard the body
Crap.
that Hifumi's dead, and that is
Are we really so sure? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Damn it. Okay. I apologize if this is driving you nuts and you're like, Dark, hurry up. I'm just dumb. I apologize.
There's a chance he was actually still alive.
Is it this one? Nope. I have the right one in my head. Wait. Me too. I think I have the wrong bullet idea in my head. Don't worry, I failed one of these trials a good 4 times and almost quit. No need to thank me, I just have no clue. Yeah, I don't know.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually...
no. Hifumi was dead, and you know that shortly you heard the body discover Hifumi's dead body had been found.
See, I think it's this statement.
And that is why the announcement was made.
Because Hifumi's dead body was found. Hifumi's dead body was found. When was it found? It was found at 8 o'clock with Celeste, Makoto, and what's his name? Hina on the rec room at 8 a.m. That's when it was first found. Was it the rec room? Yeah, the rec room. Was it the rec room? Shit. I can't remember now.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
Yeah, I don't think it's this one. Shit. Okay. Try reading what Makoto says when you get it wrong. When you get it wrong? Okay.
There's a chance he...
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that shortly you heard the body. Hifumi's dead body has been found. And that is
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found there's a chance he was actually still alive?
no. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead. And you know that shortly you heard the body discovery announcement. Along with the rest, Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Oh shit.
No, that's wrong.
That actually okay. My train of thought was there.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Yeah. See, that's what I'm thinking. The body discovery announcement was probably for Jackass because Hifumi was still alive. Okay. Whew. Goodness gracious. That sucked. I apologize. Thank you for sticking around.
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if two bodies had been found, there really should have been two announcements.
There were two announcements, were there not?
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
Yeah.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Hmm?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time.
Yeah, for the first
Which
time.
means, even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Because then that's where they found Fumi's dead body.
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
The second body discovery announcement. The first time it was played when we found each body in the nurse's office and the equipment room. And the second time was when... Oh, really?
Shoot!
Oh, well, I'm dead. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, boy. Here we go.
Is...
Yeah. Give it another shot, yes.
I refuse to give up yet!
Give me my hearts back.
Was the body discovery announcement that...
Of course it was.
Maybe.
That's right. It wasn't...
So there's a good chance... I think we've confused what...
First of all, if...
Maybe...
What do you say, Monica?
Okay. We went through all this. We went through
No,
this.
actually, he said it's even if we find the same
There was a
body
second?
again.
I can't...
if
I
that's
know there
true,
was
then
two, but I can't remember when the second was made. Okay, it wasn't... After just came... When both bodies were rediscovered, that's what it was.
We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the two bodies.
Ding dong, ding dong. A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
In reality,
So, Lardona actually was alive then.
when the two dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet.
Nope.
Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
Okay.
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
There has to be proof that shows Lardona was still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone. Okay.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office.
That's true.
And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
True story.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
That is wrong.
Then, was he really still alive?
Sure was.
Of course not. It is impossible.
Oops.
This is ridiculous.
Okay.
Well, here's one.
This one's easy.
We found him then, his body just.
And the next time it was in.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. Okay, before...
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository.
Okay, before we move on, it is 5:08. If you guys want to play Among Us, let me know, because I did say that I was going to stream Among Us at 5 o'clock, and it seems like this trial is going to go on for a while. So what I'm planning to do is play Among Us after this trial. I don't know how long this trial will go, maybe an hour, maybe like another hour, an hour and a half maybe, but we'll play Among Us after that. If you guys want, let me know in the chat. I am not paying attention to YouTube right now, I'm only paying attention to Twitch. So, but if you want to jump into Among Us, let me know in chat, and if we have enough, then I'll start it up. Alright guys, I'll keep going with this.
His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
The evidence I found in the trash can in the nurse's office was... There it is.
I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles. From Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
Well, there's two people that wear glasses.
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all
Oh,
I
three
need to
people.
keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wipes the blood off himself.
That's true.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
And it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
Really? Like, he's gonna walk up 3 floors? Or 2 floors, I guess, from the first floor to the 3rd floor.
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
This is where your theory comes in, I think, Katie. Look at you.
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained.
Really? Is it? If Lard Donut was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Jackass's body is easily explained. Is it? Not really.
It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
The one who moved Jackass's body was...
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
There's only one staircase. How could he... No, I disagree. I disagree.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked?
Oh, yeah, huh?
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
Just looking at her boobs. Looking at the gleaming boobs.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
Oh. The thing that Lard Donut stole from Taka, could it be?
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his
Yep, his pants.
pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Tom Brady can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, The killer got in touch with another person besides Hero.
The killer got in touch with another person besides Dropout. Okay.
And that person could only have been...
Hifumi's pants.
I got it! That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
The killer used this note to... Okay.
Hello! Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Oh, I was like, what? TikTok? Huffy? Whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out Jackass, they were drawing out Lard Donut. What?
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right? Oh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Ruin what every time? What are you talking about? Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary, but still. I can't let her get to me. Oh, more bullet time? Really? Okay. Broken wristwatch. Okay, whatever.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to me?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter!
That's not true.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
The time on the note said 6 a.m. What happened at 6 a.m.? That's what I need to clear up.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy! But remember, what time did it... 6 a.m. The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
No, that's wrong!
No, that's wrong.
No! There absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. You've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely. Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
He stole it?
Still looking at your boobs.
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Proof that Lard Donut stole the note from Jackass. Oops.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Oh my god, you guys are so bad at putting two and two together.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There is only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from its death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
Again, takes forever for you guys to put two and two together.
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, He's still alive!
He could still be alive. That's what I thought, but they made the school announcement, so it's like, okay, never mind. He actually is dead.
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
Yeah.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
Who did? I think it's Curly Fries. It's making me. This is making me think it's Curly Fries.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Not necessarily.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Walrus.
Who are you calling a walrus?
You, moist boobs.
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right?
Well, you have to be specific there, because the nurse's office is on the first floor and the equipment room's on the third floor. So I'm assuming Justice Hammer 3 was in the nurse's office and Justice Hammer 4 was in the equipment room. I'm assuming.
So if Hifumi was killed in the repository,
If Hifumi was killed in the repository on the third floor,
the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
not if they were in the same room as the repository.
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
Hell yeah, bro.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue. So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Well, that's right. She was attacked, quote unquote.
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
It's not the size of the hammer, it's the force behind it. I will kill you with a tiny hammer if I hit you hard enough.
Then...
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
Excuse me. Sorry. The weapon that was actually used to kill Lard Donut. The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow I have to find the truth. Oh, more of this? Really? Spotless hammer.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Oh god.
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers. And,
That's about it.
Lard Donut was killed in the repository, right? So if the weapons used to kill both of them were actually similar.
What was used
To kill you, was it just maybe Justice?
Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody...
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
Nope. That's not what I meant to do. Whoops.
Shoot!
Whoops. I did not mean to do that.
What was used to kill? Was it just maybe justice?
Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody... Sounds like it doesn't. Check out murdergear.com/hammer.
Well, one thing seems the murder weapon had to be one of...
That's what I meant to do.
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
This is a long trial, huh? Yeah, I figured this one's gonna be long. Because usually later on in the game, the trials get longer and longer and longer, which makes sense. That same deal with Phoenix Wright. Same type of deal. Sorry about leaving. Took my dog for a walk. You're fine, Archie. Don't worry about it, my dude. If you gotta walk your dog, yeah, your dog is definitely more important, especially if they needed a walk. Sometimes I wish these trials were less long. Yeah, I'm kidding.
Seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean. And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
Again, they cannot put two and two together. Just my goodness.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
Say that again. So Lard Donut moved Jackass's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
Whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him. Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him.
Oh, it's definitely Curly Fries then. It's definitely Curly Fries.
The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
Bro, my theory wasn't that far off. What was your theory? I can't remember. Refresh my memory, Katie. We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what I thought at first. But...
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
Stop saying impossible.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
There were two murders. Whole time I knew it was right. Man, that's hard to keep in.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one, only the one who
Okay, I feel like I have a pretty good idea of what happens, but I don't know what to contradict on this
That
one.
is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two
Yeah, I didn't think that was right. Oops. Oops. Actually, I think I know what it is.
Based on the rules that have been laid, even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true.
That is.
But that only really,
In this case, however, there were two murders.
based on the rules that have even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out, assuming the rule holds true.
No, that's wrong. Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
My theory was that Lizardtail was faking his deaths and dragged Lard Donut's body to the art room Then Lizardtail got murdered by the true murderer by Tongue Girl or Curly Fries. But in reality, it was Lardona faking his own murder. Still don't know who the murderer is yet, though. I think I have a pretty good idea who the murderer is.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
That's a gambler's term.
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime, and based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan.
Mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with the
And
plan.
then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice.
Interesting.
Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
The effort made to convince us the two murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Tight Lips must have noticed that fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing, although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is
I
at this.
understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
The true killer manipulated Lardona to carry out a number of actions and in the end murdered him. And the debates up until now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's only really one person who seems to fit. Someone. It was Lizardtail! Katie said it was Lizardtail! No, I'm just kidding. It was, aw. The fact that I know that this, spoiler alert, the fact that knowing that this dude was actually a dude and not a chick actually makes me, like, empathize with him even more. I don't know why.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
Yes, you are.
I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi.
You sure did.
The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit from brave, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
Oh, you're losing your accent there.
Pardon-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you are working together.
What is that? What is it? What it is? That's a weird sentence. What it is that only Lardona and Curly Fries had in common? What? Oh.
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You're a freaking high schooler, you freaking prick.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Say that again? If we accept that Lard Donut was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Curly Fries has said as
Are
well.
you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
Some on the second floor. Something moving at the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
What's wrong? That was rather an intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
So then, Lard Donut screamed downstairs. Everyone ran downstairs to find Lard Donut's fake dead body. And then is that when Curly Fries moved the body from the physics lab to the repository? No, that doesn't make any sense. Actually, yeah, that does make sense. So then Curly Fries moved the body from the physics lab to the repository, then Lard Donut moved to the third floor after they found out that Jackass's body was disappeared, quote unquote, and that's when Lard Donut went into the repository and locked himself in the room. But then also Curly Fries killed Lard Donut in the repository? Maybe? What was that? That came from downstairs. That must have been Lard Donut. Lard Donut. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Then why don't we split into two groups? I'll lead the hunting party. That seems more interesting. Very well. Then Makoto and Palm Pilot, you come with me to the nurse's office to check on Lard Donut. I will leave the capture of the suspicious individual to Wednesday, Elon Musk, and Sagat. Okay.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that piercing cry of yours early on.
One more time? Please scream that for me one more time. Give it to me.
That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we are on the third floor. Everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead.
I was certainly not expecting this. I did not imagine that Lard Donut would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it! Everything! The whole thing was one big act!
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, But start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed.
Very ugly indeed.
Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you
What are you talking about?
Alright.
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must be really enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're all going to die just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
What is strange about it? I don't know.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room.
That is true.
Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto.
Then Makoto showed up and told us Lard Donut had been killed, right? So Sagat and I, Elon Musk, left with Makoto. Okay.
Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office.
Right.
Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
That's a stretch. I think that's a stretch there, Elon Musk. Just one comment? That's a stretch.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Elon Musk said that Curly Fries' comment doesn't make sense, but what is he alluding to? Oh my god, more of this? Okay, so the... Okay.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it, what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Oh, I actually don't know. When she said that, she should have known about, with that in mind, what's so strange about what she said is, got it.
All I said was, they must be really enjoying the sight of us. They must be, we are going to die.
Just like those guys
What?
died.
Shoot.
What? Really?
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and they must be positive we are all going to die here.
I don't think it's this one.
We are going
Oh,
to die,
okay.
just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it took.
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Oh, well, I don't think it's that anyway, but...
All I said
I get what they're
they
trying to
must
do,
really
but I
enjoying
don't...
the sight of us.
Let me rephrase that. I know what the game wants me to do, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to uncover that Curly Fries... How did Curly Fries know that Taka was dead? So why would you say all you guys, as in plural, all of us? But I don't know what I'm supposed to pinpoint, though. That's the thing.
They must be positive we are all going to die
Is
here.
it this one?
We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all.
And that's all it takes.
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Yeah, see, that doesn't make any sense. Okay.
Shoot. All I said was, they must.
Do you have an idea, Katie? Let me know what you think, because I'm not sure on my end what I'm supposed to do. I know what I'm supposed to, like, I know the idea of what I'm supposed to do, but I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do.
Enjoying the sight of us standing
It's
around,
this.
frightened and
I didn't think it was that.
confused. Shoot. All I said was, they must really be enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and
I don't think it's that.
confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die, dude.
Oh, that doesn't make any sense.
We are going to die, just like those guys died.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Again, I know the concept. I know the idea of what they want me to do, but I don't know what I'm supposed to pinpoint. Because the Monokuma file doesn't make sense to be used as a bullet. You would pinpoint so strange and use it for those comments? Maybe. I could try it.
I refuse to give up yet.
So I absorb so strange and use it on the guy's comments. Okay, I'll do that. I'll try that.
Really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die. And that is a...
And that's all it takes to fit.
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Should have known only about Ufumi's death. Yeah, with that in mind, what's so strange about what she said is...
All I said was, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die.
We are going to die, just like
Oh, look at you, Katie! Damn, girl! Well done! Nice!
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
Oh, look at his Phoenix Wright stance. Or, it's not so much a Phoenix Wright, it's more Apollo Justice stance. Objection!
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away.
That's a SAT word right there, unassailable.
If everything I told you is a lie, how can this picture exist? Simple.
Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
That's what I was thinking.
What would you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Other explanations? If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Lard Donut away, the only other possibility is... Well, they're not drinking or dancing, so I guess it's this
I
one.
got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
Dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Damn, girl. Don't need to get hostile. Shut your mouth, she says. Curly Fries thinks she can prove that there's no way Lard Donut was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible? Oh wow, okay.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just dragged me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I
Oops.
said, ridiculous.
I didn't mean to do that.
As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
Oh, okay. If I remember right, Palm Pilot said she couldn't bend at the waist.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just dragged me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight.
No, that's wrong.
Break!
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
You totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
So my guess is that Celeste / Curly Fries is gonna die by... What is gambler related? I'm assuming she's gonna get hammered to death. A bunch of hammers are gonna come her way, and they're gonna smack her, and they're gonna hammer her to death. That's my guess. That's what I'm thinking. That she's gonna die by hammer.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Hey, I see your true colors shining through.
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem. Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Hey, Lard Donut, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right, I remember their name. Yeah, to drop out.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Hagakure? I guess.
Right? But my name isn't really Yasuhiro! It's actually Taro!
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
I would lose my shit if I got caught or was about to die.
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
Did he say everyone's last name? Or did he give nicknames? Because he doesn't say for serious.
I got it! That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Did he? I don't remember that.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example.
I do remember that, though.
So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to,
Really?
and that's Celeste.
Oh.
She never actually told us what her real name is.
Because, yeah, her fake name is Ludenberg. Oh.
What did you just say? To think you take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit. Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather. Yasuhiro is a loser's name. Do I look like a loser to you?
Kind of, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're not French anymore, so that's one sign that you're a loser.
Well, do I?
I just said yes.
What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste, Curly Fries still won't give up, so then I have to do something to make her accept it. There's more? Really? Are you serious? We still have that comic book stuff coming up too later on.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is Celestia Ludenberg! God damn it!
Oh, language.
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me,
Is it this? Okay.
No, it's wrong.
That was a random guess, huh? Actually.
That's it. The handbook.
what?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check our handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
Dun dun dun. Also, your package still hasn't come yet, huh? You might want to check on that. I was thinking about that. I'll check it. I'll check on that in a little bit. But I haven't heard the door. I didn't hear anybody knock. So We'll see.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Thanks for the lookout there, Katie. I appreciate it.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened?
Oh, look at him appealing to like the sympathetic side. Can you just tell us what happened? Like, stop giving us all this malarkey. Just tell us what happened.
Please, just tell us.
Ooh, look at him.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because...
Okay, relax.
Until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it.
Oh.
Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes.
Here comes that comic book
And
part.
that'll bring everything to an end.
Oh, this one's gonna be particularly long, I feel like. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. So let's look at these. So they are conspiring. I'm assuming this is Curly Fries. So Curly Fries is talking. They conspire. Lard Donut's making that weird face. That's just gross. And then they try to lure Dropout. And then they drug him. They put him into the costume. Then they get a picture of it. So this one should go there. And then Jackass, poor Jackass, is waiting in the equipment room. And then Lard Donut smashes him with Justice Hammer 4. Smashes him with a pack. Ha ha ha, he says. He's dead. And then Celeste, Curly Fries, shows the picture to Makoto. Look at Lard Donut and this strange costume stranger. They go to the library, find Lard Donut. He's knocked around, but he's not dead. Bring him to the nurse's office. He grabs the blood, rub, and sprays it everywhere, acting like he's dead. And then they find the dead body. They find Jackass's body, those three, Wednesday, Sagat, and Elon Musk Jr. Then the announcement goes off. What the hell is that? Oh, that's a tarp. So he goes up to the equipment room, gets Jackass's body, wraps up in a tarp. Probably brings it to the repository in the art room. Or no, the equipment room, then to the repository. And then Lard Donut makes that weird looking chibi face. And then Curly Fries grabs the hammer, smashes him over the head, and kills Lard Donut. And yeah. So it's actually, it's not straightforward, but it is pretty that doesn't make any sense. What is that? Oh, that's okay. So 1 a.m. Okay. And then they drug Dropout. I'm assuming that's right. I don't know actually for sure. I don't know what kind of picture that is. But I don't know what this is either. Is that potato chips? I don't know. It goes here. What is that a picture of? I don't know. Picture of his backpack? Lard Donut's backpack? Sure, I'll put that there. See if that works. So it takes a picture. Looks at his wrist watch. It's 6:01. And then there's a, I think Justice Hammer 4 is over here. And then So it shows the picture, they go into the library, they find Lard Donut. Does that go there, I guess? I don't know. I don't know if that goes there. And then he pretends to be dead. Playing Justice Hammer 2, I think? I don't know if that's right. I don't know if that's right. We'll see. Puts that there. And then what goes here? This? Maybe? Sure. Let's see if this works.
The killer is you! Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was...
Oh. Aww. Shucks. I got the very first one wrong. Okay, so that has to be this one over here then. So that has to be that. But then what goes here then? The 1 o'clock doesn't make sense. I don't think this is right. I'm gonna get. Oh, this is gonna take a
Here's
while.
exactly what happened.
Oh no, this is not good. This is not good.
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
Damn it. Damn it, okay. So then the 1 o'clock has to be over here then. So this has to be the 1 o'clock. That's when Dropout comes in.
The killer is you! First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hero. The murderous duo intended to pass Hero off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hero. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room.
Poor Taka. Like, he was kind of a jackass, but he didn't deserve to die.
The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1, and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken.
Whoops.
They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2, and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that.
Whoops. Really? Oh, Justice Hammer 2? And then does Justice Hammer 3 go here? That one's right. That should be
Here's
right.
exactly what happened.
That should be right.
So, for the first
Yeah.
dam, they wanted to set this to defeat that this we fell right. While we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act.
Does it say gong? Dun dun dun.
Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the
Oops. And the villain behind it all is... Why does Makoto have to do all the work? No one else is helping.
Celeste, sorry, you lose.
Lost? I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko Yasuhiro.
So, you finally accepted it.
My next question is, how did Lardona know Curly Fries' real name? That's what I'm curious about.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
She has to be hammered. There has to be hammered. Bum, bum, bum. Hey, I got an A. I don't know how, but sure. Ooh, 88 medals. Nice. I think that's good. I don't know for sure, but sounds nice.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin.
I respect that. She's just like, I lost. Alright, let's get it over with. I'm ready to die. Like, I respect that.
Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Okay. Chigoo, chigoo, chigoo. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The black and this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Curly Fries, Taiko Yasuhiro.
Honestly,
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Lard Donut's ineptitude was beyond all my
I
calculations.
knew it.
So you really did approach Lard Donut with this plan? But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she replied on her specialty, lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I don't have to lie to get him to agree.
So
Then did you use, you know, I knew you figured it out, tight lips. You're absolutely right. It's gonna be the girlfriend. I would be your girlfriend if you killed. Isn't it? It has to be. It has to be. To get Lardona to act as my accomplice, I used her. Oh. Okay. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Lardona and Jackass were both super into. Does she mean? Is she talking about alter ego? What? What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop as usual. How sad.
In other words,
Then you're the one who stole it?
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used it to drag Lardona into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Lardona a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it. What?
are you okay with this?
It was Jackass. He stole it. What?
So
And I have
then,
proof. Would you like to see it? And as it turned out, I found a use for the digital camera. I take it you know what? Oh, okay. I taken alter ego to Jackass's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the pictures as soon as I showed it to Lard Donut, of course. So it was him. But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You are correct, which is why Jackass forced me to steal it. What?
as for me,
Please forgive me. He threatened me. He did.
as for me,
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then, it's hard for me to even say, he abused me. Uh-oh, whoa, talk about manipulation at its finest.
What?
What? And he took pictures. What the shit? He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone, so I had no choice. That's a crime, an absolute crime. I mean, I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but I never imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I've never said it in my life. I'm gonna kill him. I'm going to freaking kill him.
most unfortunate.
Wait, please, if you go now, you'll be playing right into his hands. Huh?
Actually,
Jackass is planning to use her to escape, and he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean. Jackass is trying to kill you. What?
Indeed.
And also he can keep her to himself. That bastard.
The unforgivable.
Okay.
honestly,
Can we allow him can we allow him continue? There's a 2 missing in there. Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I? She
I will save her!
Okay.
actually,
Then would you like to join me? It just so happens I've come up with a plan. I've devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Lord Donut agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was incredible. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Lord Donut's creation?
Indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd made something like that. But it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
So why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. I mean, he is a dropout. Yeah, if you know what I mean. That's
Let's
it.
see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry. But when you're explaining your plan to Lord Donut, how did you explain the part of him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Lord Donut supposed to do after that, assuming you actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded, he was on the verge of death, but he had just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course. That wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to Lord Donut, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Lord Donut would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It all seems very straightforward, stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Lord Donut ate it up. He believed the whole lie wholeheartedly right up until the moment of his death.
So in the end,
So he had planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you? That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win. I respect that.
don't be mean.
Now you sound like Elon Musk,
I wonder
Jr.
about that.
No, he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then what made you take things this far? Was it really just for money? Are you talking about the $10 million Tom Brady offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape. But all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch.
Oh, shit. You little bitch. Obviously that was a lie.
Hey,
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
you little bitch.
You little bitch. I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you want to know why?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. Alright, Martin Luther King Jr. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And that it was all for that dream. And what is this dream of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. What a loser. A castle? Oh god, what is going on here? And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers / bodyguards. What? Is there a foot fetish thing going on? What's going on? And why are their eyes red? Are they cyborgs from Terminator 2? What is going on here? I was gonna make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Oh god. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of
This is
decadence.
fine.
Living the rest of my living the rest of my life, there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Tom Brady's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the
There is
edge,
nothing
but
to be done.
unfortunately my dream has been shattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream till the very end, so why would I? Fair enough. I respect it.
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh.
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
Do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes.
That's right.
indeed.
I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette. Random. I think she was beheaded. Wasn't Marie Antoinette beheaded? Because she did some weird things. Like she corrupted the entire country. You guys were just speaking French in the chat. Anyway,
Hey,
you just get executed again. That's what I'm saying. Get a head cut off. Curly Fry smiled then, and when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Kills! Chills! Kills!
You all done? Okay, let's get rolling. The blocking disturbed the peace and must pay the
Now then,
price.
I prepared a very special punishment.
For her, the ultimate gambler. The ultimate gambler. So I'm thinking either hammers or like there's a huge slot machine, like this big slot machine, and then coins just fall on her until she dies. Until she dies from it. That's what I'm assuming. I don't know. We'll see.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What?
This is, what is that? Oh, that's the locker key.
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why,
I like her normal voice better than her fake voice.
actually, it's not important. Well then, take care, everyone.
Oh, she's just accepting her fate, which, again, I respect.
Perhaps we'll meet again, in another life.
Alright, here we go. Time for the punishment. Gambler related, huh? What could it be? Oh, she's gonna die like Marie Antoinette. She's gonna get burned at the stake? Yeah, she's gonna get burned at the stake. Just like Marie Antoinette. Burning of the Versailles Witch. There you go. Her dress must be super flammable. There's no way that it holds that structure and not be flammable. But I respect her for the whole, like, alright, let's get on with it. Let's go. What the hell does that say? What the? What was that? That was weird. She just got rammed over. Got ran over by a truck. Did she die by the fire? Or did she die by the truck? Okay. Interesting. It's over. The third execution is over. Curly Fries' death is over. Curly Fries killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but I I also can't deny at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world and more so had to die. You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, and here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. It's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us? God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Tight Lips, did I see you get some kind of key type object from Curly Fries? So what's the deal with that?
What?
What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question. I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me? What?
Ooh.
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh.
Oh man, oh geez, oh man, oh geez. What do you mean? What did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Tight Lips' body? What does that mean? Okay, things are getting kinda awkward. I think it's about time I get out of here. Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya later.
He says, see you later. Tom Brady disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair, there was one small hope. Hey, Tight Lips, Tom Brady already mentioned it, but what's that key Curly Fries gave you?
so...
Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
What? Then that means, Curly Fries probably hid it in there. I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. Whew. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Tight Lips looked back at us and said, I'm gonna go on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
So...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she quickly glanced at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I meant. Why you? There's still the risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please, let me go. Standing here arguing is just gonna draw more attention to us. Do whatever you want. Thank you, Elon Musk Jr.
Well,
Then it's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay? So Makoto and Tight Lips are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls are like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. I try to forget what Palm Pilot said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Tight Lips there alone.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Yeah. Man, this
So
part
then.
it just keeps on going. We need to get into that locker. Tight Lips took the key Curly Fries had given her and unlocked the locker. And as the locker swung open, we saw... Hey, what's up, girl? It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe, thank goodness. I never heard Tight Lips sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Curly Fry said. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time. Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon, maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a little longer. So now we can officially say the case is closed, and as far as this incident is concerned, sure. But can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Tight Lips, please tell me, what are you trying to do all on your own here at the school? Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However...
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know. That just makes me even more worried.
What?
Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time. You disappeared, we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that, it's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too. No! I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too, because we're friends. I understand. Then maybe I believe in you just a little bit more. Then,
That's fine.
fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see? Oh, no. What I heard from Tight Lips then was, well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Tight Lips I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went into action. Oh my god.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back... She said it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but could Tight Lips really be right about this? Oh my god, it's not done yet? Okay. I thought it'd be done by now. Hold on. Curiosity is getting to me. I want to know. It's just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. The secret Tight Lips told me about, could it really be hidden here? She said it was way in the back of the storage closet, but I mean, seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet and suddenly, as if being yanked in, gashunk. At the same time as I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. Ba-bump. I had fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out the back wall was like a revolving door, and I made my way. It made my way to the other side. Just like Tight Lips had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the second floor, there's a storage closet. But way in the back of that closet, there's a secret room. So this is the secret room. But what's in here? Oh my god. Am I still going? Jeez. It's just a normal desk with normal drawers. Okay. There's a bunch of files and what looks like volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope's Peak Academy Student Registry? This is the only thing in here not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand, but before I had a chance to look at it, a slip of paper fell out of the file and I turned my attention to it. What's this? You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I could understand if it said, like, I can't leave or, but you must not leave. What is this? My head feels funny. This strange sensation, it's like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? A strange sound rang out through my head. It felt like it was shaking my brain back and forth. And then, darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't understand what started it. It's all over. And with that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. Oh my god, it's still going? Apparently something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull, throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. Oh my god. Oh gosh, okay. Oh, all the books are gone. The empty books, empty, gone, it's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor, it's all gone? What does this mean? And my brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across throughout the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room and get some rest. Is this the end of the chapter yet? My body was in heavy pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back toward my room. Somehow I made it to the first floor of the school. The farther I walked, the more I felt the things were getting blurry. Can't see in front of me. I can't stop myself from collapsing right there. And after that... As if from a vast distance I heard a sound. It was faint but undeniable. That sound, it's coming from the gym? Oh my god, are we still going? As I desperately hauled my shaky frame towards the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. What's going on? It can't be nothing. Here in the gym? Oh my god. Ah, shit. Screw it. Alright. I didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. The sounds coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified that much more. What the hell? What the hell? Okay, that was before me there raged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. No one's side not human, that's no, one side's not human, that's for sure, but regardless I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
The deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay.
Okay, but you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Then could it be the mastermind's spy is... Alright, is this... Thank you. Good God. Whew. I think... Yeah, 7 remain. Okay. Whew, that was long. TBC. You received the Super Robo Justice present. Optimus Crime, actually. Yeah, goodness gracious, that one took a while. That one took 3+ hours? Okay. So I just saved it. I'll save it one more time even though I literally just saved it. But, alright, I'm gonna end it here. Let me see... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let me see one thing before I end it here. Oops. Hold on 1 second, guys. Two, one. Okay. So I'm gonna switch it over to some Among Us right now. I think I could just switch it over. I think it'd just be easier. I'll end it here. I'll stop that. And I will put this up while I set everything up. Okay. Okay. Should I... You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stop the stream for now. I'm going to restart it. I'm gonna make a completely new one. So everyone gets the notification that the Among Us stream is happening. So I am going to stop the stream for now, and I'll start it up in about maybe less than 5 minutes. Alright guys, so yeah, I'll be back. I'll start Among Us up in a little bit. You're gonna take a quick dinner break. I should be back, but might miss the first round. That's fine. That's fine, Katie. Alright, I'm gonna stop it here, and yeah, start it up back in a little bit.